Welcome to Stompbox TV. I'm Richard. I'm here at the Roland Boss booth at Frankfurt Musikmesse 2015 with Alex Hutchings again. Thanks for seeing us again this year.
That's all right.
We've got a really exciting product this year, yet again actually from Boss, and it's the SY-300 guitar synth. It's a synth that you don't need to use a GK pickup, so straight in with your guitar. All sorts of weird and wonderful sounds can come out of it. But can you tell us a bit about the concept behind it, Alex?
Well, I think finally it's like after 30 years we've been waiting for this. You know, like you don't need a GK pickup, you don't need anything, just any single guitar in the world and a jack plug, and it's brilliant, and it's polyphonic. It just feels really natural to play, you know.
Okay. So how have Boss managed to do this without using MIDI?
I have no idea, to be honest. Magic. It works. That's what matters. You know, I was skeptical. I plugged in. I'm like, oh my god, and I was genuinely surprised. Like, this is brilliant. You know.
And I guess we need to get into the mindset that this is a genuine synth.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, this isn't an effect. It's so from that point of view, it's actually pretty well priced.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. So, you know, maybe I'll just show you a couple of sounds and we can get into some other depths if you like. But let's, yeah, these sounds I'm going to show you are kind of sounds that I've created. And actually, just before I do, I'll mention that, you know, as a guitarist, I'm not like massively well versed in synthesis, you know, actual synthesis. So I had to do a bit of research myself to understand how oscillators work, and I mean, everyone can just play with knobs and stuff, and that's fine, but I really wanted to understand what was happening in filter, attack, and cutoff, and resonance. And I did a bit of research into that, and then it really helped me to create some interesting sounds, and I think it's kind of an exciting process because it's something different and new, you know, for the guitar. So so anyway, these sounds are things that I came up with from the pedal. So here's...
I think just before you go into that, I think it's a really important point that you make there, that guitarists aren't used to synths, so it could be an overwhelming pedal for them. Yet, as I understand it, there are presets, some of your own, and others that people can share that you can download. So if you are overwhelmed by this, you can get some simple presets that you can tweak, just download them, so you can still capture the full power of the pedal, even if you don't fully know how to control the synth.
Well, absolutely. I mean, a lot of these sounds I'm about to play will probably be in the presets anyway, because I was invited to make some of the presets, which is a great honor anyway. But yeah, so I'll just give you a couple of examples. All right, this one is pretty cool. Notice, well, you won't notice because the camera's not on my feet, but anyway, every now and again I'll hit a control pedal and you'll hear a distinctive change in the sound. So let's do that on the first sound. So this one I've called Trash Talk because it's like, it feels like the guitar is talking to you, you know. So let me give you another riff on that sound. It's awesome. The other thing that you get is like LFOs. I didn't really know what an LFO was before, and I still can't remember what it actually stands for, but I do know how it sounds, and that means that it creates an oscillator that kind of keeps going, so this kind of sound. And then, pretty cool. This is a nice patch where, you know, to prove how natural it feels, this one I've called Singing Stars. It's a nice spacey lead sound, but as you'll be able to see, I'm going to play totally naturally with the tremolo and stuff, and it's just a piece of cake, you know, it just feels natural, which is really nice, so I'll show you that as well. You know, that sounds like a guitar, but it actually it sounds like a synth. Like, it's being played like a guitar, but it's like a really good synth player, you know?
Certainly, you know, hearing it, you wouldn't believe that it doesn't have MIDI. It really is incredible.
I know, it's nuts. Okay, a couple more things. This is a good one, where I tried to emulate how, you know, the keyboard players really get that cool filtering effect, but we don't have 5 hands, so we have to play with 2, and, you know, I've used the control pedal to do various parameters as if I had 4 hands. I don't know what the 5th one would do, but that's another thing. Right, let's listen to this sound. Okay. In fact, I'm going to get some audience participation. Why don't you press the control pedal and then you'll feel it.
It's cool.
It feels good, doesn't it? It's like you feel some involvement with the sound. Just a couple other things before we finish off. This is another filtering one. What else? A nice heavy riff kind of sound. That's like tuned down to like drop C, so that's a really cool thing as well. Just like a very squelchy bass sound. A good old synth, as I called it. Sounds really authentic. I had to go on YouTube to get Beverly Hills Cop 2 or wherever it was to find that. This is pretty cool. So just 2 or 3 more examples. To prove that it's polyphonic, I'll just play a few chords, and with the expression pedal I can manipulate the sort of filtering again, but this sort of thing. You know, it's like in dance music, for example, you know, you can... So I'm bending it, the chord, like you would on a keyboard, you know? Yeah. So that's cool. And the final thing I'd like to show you is there's a sequencer inside. So it's called a 16-step sequencer, but you can make it any amount that you want. So it can be a 1-step or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, totally flexible. And what it means is you can go up 2 octaves or down 2 octaves per step. So what I've done is programmed like a minor arpeggio, and it goes up and down, and you can still use the filtering sound. It's pretty nuts, and I'll literally just play 1 note, and the rest of it is the pedal. It's pretty cool. Here you go.
For anyone who ever says they can't play guitar, here you go.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's so brilliant, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And a few of the patches there, you had some bass and synth sort of patches. Have you tried this yet with bass? Do you know how well it's?
I did actually. Yeah, I plugged it in directly, and it worked very well. Yeah. You know, as with any sound, you know, physics will say that the lower you go, the harder it is, because, you know, a sine wave that is low is much different to a high-pitched one. However, for example, I even got my 8-string guitar and I tried it as well, and it worked very well. I think on the lowest 8-string, it was sort of going a bit, I'm not used to this. But that being said, the 7-string, right down to the B, was fine. So I think from a guitaristic point of view, probably a 7-string. I mean, maybe we'll even need to discuss the engineers. Well, we have to apologise because Obviously, that gentleman had no concept that we were in the middle of a video, but whatever. Okay, sorry. Anyway, what was I saying?
We're talking about 7-string bass.
Yeah. So anyway, I think if you've got a 7-string, it's going to work fine. And bass, there's actually a mode which you can change to bass, I believe. So then that will help that. And to be honest, if you want to get creative and you were a singer, you can plug a microphone in, I guess, and play trumpet and anything with an audio signal because it's a jack cable,
Sure. Brilliant. Well, I'm absolutely stunned by it.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's the sort of thing that you didn't believe was possible until you hear it.
Yeah.
So I think Boss have done a fantastic job. It's out, when is it, June?
Around July, I hope so, hopefully.
Well, we've actually ordered ours already, so we will have stock from the first shipment. If you want to pre-order them, you can get them from www.fxpedal.co.uk. We absolutely can't wait to get them into the shop. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thanks, Alex.